this video is going to be a little different from the usual ones. Today, I want to talk about a topic that comes up a lot in the K-drama world: green flags. You know, those charming, chivalrous male characters who would do anything for the woman they love. Basically, the ideal boyfriend. They're usually super endearing, and we easily end up idealizing them, to the point of saying, honestly, I'd totally date him. But that's exactly where the real problem lies. Today, we're going to look at how these green flags in K-dramas can actually become problematic. And I'm not just talking about in fiction, but in our real lives too. So I really suggest you stick around until the end of this video. You might miss something important. Let's first define what a green flag actually is. In the context of relationships, green flags are positive indicators, signs that you're in a healthy, respectful, balanced, and committed relationship. For example, someone who knows how to listen, who expresses their emotions, respects your boundaries, and communicates clearly. Now, let's apply that to K-drama characters. A green flag in a K-drama is usually a man who expresses his feelings without shame, who isn't afraid to cry, who openly shows affection, who's protective, emotionally mature, loyal, and attentive. Bonus, he's also good-looking, fit, funny, rich, or talented. Sometimes all of the above. And honestly, who would say no to someone with that many good traits? No one, obviously. But to understand why this portrayal can be problematic, we're going to analyze 3 recent K-drama characters who could easily be called the ultimate green flags. First, we have Ryu Sun-jae, the ultimate ideal boyfriend. He was willing to risk his life for Im-sol, and he actually did. Always there for her, even during the hardest times. And despite the many times Im-sol unintentionally hurt him, he never stopped loving her. He held on to a constant and sincere love, even 15 years after their first meeting. An unconditional love, loyal, unchanging. It's this quiet, unwavering devotion that makes him a true green flag. Then we have Gwan-sik. He's simple, quiet, but incredibly dependable. Since childhood, he's been supporting A-sun. He sells fish, protects her, and loves her without expecting anything in return. He dives into the sea for her, defends her publicly from his mother, and stays silently present, even when she ignores him. A fan on Reddit wrote, "Gwan-sik is the kind of man you don't notice right away, but who would do anything for you without saying a word. It's a gentle kind of love, one that takes its time, that never forces itself." And that's what a real green flag is too, respecting the other person's pace. At first, Goo-won has that classic cold and distant vibe, but as the drama unfolds, he becomes the perfect example of a man who respects, listens, and protects. He never makes decisions for Sarang. He always asks her opinion, respects her silences, and most importantly, before their first kiss, he explicitly asks, "Do I have your permission?" That kind of scene may seem simple, but it sends a powerful message. Consent is sexy. He represents emotional maturity, not just the cliché of the romantic guy. In fact, in an interview, actor Junho explained that he wanted to play a character who never raises his voice, even during conflict. Now here's where the problem starts. These characters create a highly idealized image of Korean men, always caring, gentle, classy, and perfect in every situation. Some articles even talk about a K-drama effect, Western women traveling to Korea hoping to live out a love story just like in the series. And sometimes things go terribly wrong. Take Jackeliny Bastos, a 34-year-old woman from Brazil. She met a Korean man on a dating app, and very quickly, a beautiful long-distance relationship began. They exchanged gifts, love letters, video calls, and she even started learning Korean. She documented everything on a couple's profile, posting sweet messages like, "Let's be love and live together forever." But everything changed when she arrived in South Korea. Within just 2 weeks, he became violent, controlling, and manipulative. He took away her phone access, limited her food, and controlled her finances. Then one day he simply kicked her out. No money, no support. She had to rely on the kindness of strangers and an online fundraiser to make it back to Brazil. This kind of testimony shows just how different reality can be from fiction. The green flags we see in dramas are scripted, controlled, idealized characters. And no, not all Korean men are like Goo-won or Sun-jae. just as not all Western men are hopeless cases. Real people are complex, sometimes disappointing, and we have to be careful about what we project onto others, especially when it comes from such a romanticized world. This idealization of male characters leads to unrealistic comparisons in real life. Why doesn't he surprise me with breakfast like Gwan? Why didn't he wait 15 years like Sun-jae? Why doesn't he listen like Gwan-sik? But real love is something else entirely. It's about communication, mutual respect, and yes, imperfections. Love isn't a scripted scene with dramatic music and romantic rain. So, is it wrong to love these characters? Absolutely not. Green flags in K-dramas are beautiful, inspiring, comforting. I'm not saying stop watching romance dramas. Not at all. We can love fiction while staying grounded. What I'm saying is, we need to learn how to separate what we admire in fictional characters from what we expect in real life. And most importantly, don't invest all your hopes in an idealized image. Because a real green flag isn't just a guy who makes your heart flutter. It's someone who listens, grows with you, and respects you in your highs and lows, even without background music. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be a bit too obsessed with K-dramas. And let me know what you think in the comments. See you soon!